Hey guys, today is Saturday, December the 24th of 2022. I want to do a quick update on gold. So without any further delay, let's get into it. I'm using data from all the way 2000 to current prices. Let's narrow in here. The important cycle here is the 245th cycle here. This one hits a bottom somewhere around January the 9th, 10th. Then the cycle starts going up. In the dominant cycle, which is this one down here, we already hit a bottom somewhere around this week. And now the cycle is going to start going up. So the dominant cycle, it's a little ahead. And the 245, the dominant cycle is 240. So it's a little earlier. And the 245 cycle right here hits a trough a little later. Now let's look at the daily chart and see what the daily chart is telling us there. Okay, so this is the daily chart. I'm using data from 2016 on. And if we narrow in here, there's three important cycles here. Actually four. We'll start with the highest one, the 378 cycle. This one is up and it continues up all the way to like May 2023. So this cycle is bullish. The 222, it's a peak somewhere around January 27th, the last week of January. So this cycle is still up. And the 191 hits a peak somewhere around the first week of January, January 1st, January 2nd. There is a dominant cycle, which is this one down here. And this one already hit a peak on December 8th, and this cycle is down to January 18th, around there, 16, 17, and then the cycle goes up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a pullback, which that's what I'm waiting for, a pullback to come in and then get in and go long. But I'm waiting for that. So, but you know, overall, the bigger cycle is definitely up. It doesn't have to necessarily do a pullback, but it'll be nice if it does a pullback. And just keep in mind that these other cycles, we don't know which one's going to play out, but they're kind of getting toppy, especially the 191. Between the 191 and the 222, they're getting very toppy around there. In regards to seasonality, you see that December and January are very strong using a 5-year average. This is a percent of months in which gold closed higher than it opened. And if we go to a 10-year, you can see that December and January still remain strong. That's in regards to seasonality. 15-year, December, January. January is a little stronger. And then if we go to a 20-year, you see that January and December remain still strong, while February is kind of flat. Using another seasonality chart with the 5, 10, and 15-year, you can see that December the 26th, the 10-year gets a nice little rally to the upside. Also, the 5-year with the 10-year, with the 15-year. So they're all in conjunction, rallying up from the December 26th onward. And you can see that it continues. It kind of stalls around February. We know January is still bullish, so it could continue. And then February, it could kind of like stall out towards the end of the month. Okay, so this is the final chart. I'm going to show you this is the master chart. A couple of things I want to show you here. The GAN fans. See that we're hitting kind of resistance over here. This is from support. So we're kind of finding some resistance up here. Using the GAN square. Scoring it from here to this low. You can see this angle is right here, finding resistance. The support of the 1785 right here. That's what you see is chopping around there. If we go a little more fractal from this high to this low, you can see that this is still support. And if we push higher, we got to deal with this angle, which is the 1x1, and then you got the center of gravity, the midpoint, which is 1840. So that could be a target to the upside. If it continues going up, into January and February, then we continue pushing higher, be next levels. But so far, this is the next level. And if we turn here and we, take out 1783 and push lower, you have this angle of support. Also, you'll have 1728. Same thing with this square. You got this angle. You got 1729. So somewhere around there, that would be like your next support. Let's see. A couple of things here that I wanted to go over. Solar cycles, they peak around February the 20th. And then, they go down. But right now, the cycle on the solar cycle is up. I ran a neural net computer. What the computer is saying here, what's interesting is that, let's narrow in a little closer, that we should probably sell off from here, which is the opposite of the seasonality. So it's interesting. The computer is not seeing the seasonality. It's just doing its own calculations. But whatever it is, it's saying that it's going down, or there's a turning point, January the 24th. So the way I look at this is that if it goes down, then it'll be in sync with this neural net. But if it's going up, this is going to be a turning point for while it goes up. So you want to keep an eye on January the 24th once it goes higher. Maybe that's a turning point there. But if not, if that doesn't play out, it'll continue going higher and maybe play out the seasonality where February gets toppy. And then from here, this one says that the turning point will be somewhere around June the 7th. Let's see. In regards to seasonality, the annual cycle gets toppy around February. The annual decimal gets a pullback to January 6th, and then it goes up to this February the 20th. So you can see that February 20th gets a little toppy. And the 20-year, it shows that February the 4th, that's where it made a swing high. Let me look at the 10-year. 10-year looks like it's not pretty much working out. It's just from a high going down. So we'll ignore the 10-year. Let's take that out of the way. And pretty much, I think that is it. Those are the things I wanted to show you. What's my conclusion? A couple of things. We could stall here and go down. A lot of the cycles, the dominant cycle on the daily is going down. Some of the daily cycles are getting, toppy. The smaller ones, the bigger ones are still pushing higher. And then on the weekly, it's one already bottomed out. The dominant cycle bottomed out here. And then there's one that is coming in January that is bottoming out. And then, they go up. So if there's a pullback, that'll be nice because then the weeklies are going to be pointing up. And then seasonality, December and January are strong. February kind of gets weak. So those are the kind of data sets that you need to look at and then see what price action is doing. It's going to follow one of these things or it's going to do its own thing. So right now it's just consolidating and it looks like it wants to do something. They want to either break higher or break lower, but it's just kind of going sideways. Hopefully you like this video and happy holidays if I don't post another one, and I'll see you again. Covering gold, double again, price and time technical analysis.